What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about what's going on in this market as we do see Cardano pumping like hell. Okay, Cardano of all coins pumping. Okay, Cardano at the number 9 spot. Let's refresh this to make sure it's accurate. But yes, we do have Cardano on the 7-day, on the weekly, with 33% gain. Okay, Cardano is at almost $1. It went over $1, and I'm taking a little bit of a long position here, very short term. Actually, let's close that at 126%. Okay, I'll take that. Deal closed. We added to the stack. All right, so we're at 948. We're almost at an even thousand. Almost at an even thousand. So let's talk about what's going on in this market. Crypto Face, which by the way, like I always shill, which I'll also shill my MARGEX referral link for the exchange or exchanges I prefer to trade on. MARGEX is one of them. They were good back in the day. They went bad. They're under new ownership. They're good again. I've been trading on them for quite a while in the recent months. Anyway, I'm also shilling my indicator down here. It is the exact same thing you would get from my man Crypto Face right here, and which I want to bring your attention to. He said, I hear people speaking about crypto in public again, and I do too, because I commented down here. And yes, this is me. You can follow me on Twitter at Daddy Warbucks, BUCKXXX, because I'm X rated. They don't want me out there. I'm a problem. They don't want you to know how to make money. My son came home with 2 stickers, a cat holding the Bitcoin logo, and I knew it was about the top a week ago when it happened. So listen, let's talk about it. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Okay, I got some lines on my chart. They don't mean anything. Don't worry about it. We can actually go to our object tree, and I wish we could just hide all of these. Let's see. I think it's probably going to take too long here to just hide them all. What I could do is this. Sorry. I know. You have to bear with me. Is just remove them all. Now, let's look at the chart. Okay. Now, we are nearly at 100,000. Okay. Our indicator down here, our momentum has clipped at these higher prices, and it looks like on our momentum scale we are printing a lower high here, so we do need to watch out. And this price can diverge from our oscillator down here for quite some time. Money flow has been super thick, all up in this area. Okay, all up in this area. This money flow has been super thick on the daily time frame, okay, which is a higher term time frame. Also, our weekly money flow is absolutely a higher term time frame, and the money flow is pretty much super thick at a peak here. So, and momentum hasn't clipped on our weekly either. So, let's blow this up a little bit. Now, we still have a wide mouth here between the white momentum wave and the blue momentum wave, the whitish and blue. There's 2 momentum waves, if you didn't notice, okay? And it opens up like a mouth to the upside or to the downside, and that's how you can sort of know that momentum is shifting, or that you can enter a trade at the right point when the mouth of the momentum is at a certain point. Anyway, we'll get into that later if you want to go over some more strategies regarding how I trade with this indicator, which again I am shilling over here It is a CryptoFace market cipher uh, exact copy, pretty much. Okay, it has everything that Market Cipher has, and with just a few differences. Anyway, the weekly money flow is at a peak. Anyway, what I wanted to say here is that this price can still go to the upside quite a bit and diverge from our oscillator down here for for a decent amount of time at least. Okay, so just because we nearly hit 100,000 and we're back down here around 96,000, people are freaking out on Twitter, like who's selling Bitcoin, who's dumping Bitcoin. Bitcoin is above $95,000. Okay, just a few days ago, Bitcoin was still down here around 90, and then just a bit ago, I mean, for almost the better part of a year, we could say it was almost a year, that price action was stuck in this range, and it could not get above 70 some thousand dollars, right? The highest it got was 72. It made the all-time high at 73 something, and it just couldn't, get up past there. But there was significant support coming in at the $50,000 level. We, got some pretty fast price action down here into the 40s. But what I'm saying here is that we spent the better part of a year here, and where the price is right now, there's no need to panic, okay? Just because you see a little bit of red after such a amazing pump to the upside in the Bitcoin price, okay? In the Bitcoin price, it takes a lot of capital to move the price of Bitcoin that much at these prices. So what we're seeing right here is healthy. This price could diverge quite a bit from our oscillator. We do, in my opinion, I want to be careful though, because like I'm trying to bring to your attention right here, the the market is getting heated. In my opinion, I think the market is getting heated. Now, look, a lot of people believe that Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million or something. I believe that that could be the case, but I also want to prepare myself for other scenarios, and maybe it doesn't go shoot to $1 million right away and I miss out on all that, and I didn't buy Bitcoin here at 100,000 and 10x my money, or at least have Bitcoin in my wallet for whatever comes next. Meaning that some people are thinking that Bitcoin could be the new currency in which the world runs off of. But in my opinion, realistically, Bitcoin can't handle the global load for transactions, which means that, in my opinion, there would be a derivative, just like there was a derivative of gold in which the central banks were holding, and we could exchange our dollars into gold back in the day. And then Nixon took everybody off the gold standard. Pretty much Bretton Woods did that, but we're not going to get into a whole history lesson right here. We're just talking about what could potentially happen in the future if the dollar were to tank, if they were to switch to a gold standard / Bitcoin standard where you could exchange a derivative of Bitcoin into Bitcoin, and so on and so forth, meaning that that derivative was backed by Bitcoin, right? So that could potentially happen. Who knows? But I'm just thinking that in terms of trading, and the only thing we care about is what's happening here in the moment, in the now. Because, look at this, all right? I took this Cardano trade, right here, not very long before I started recording this. These are 15-minute candles. I was in this trade for maybe 15 minutes max. Sometimes my trades take longer to play out, sometimes I lose, right? So my point is, I'm only care about what I can get out of the market here and now. And what's happening here and now is we got a little dip. We got a little dip here on Bitcoin from about 100,000, which also, let me bring your attention to real quick. Let me bring your attention to the Bitcoin CME chart, okay? And if you see this, this candle right here hit 100,170, okay? So if we want to zoom this in, let's zoom this in real good so we can show you guys that Bitcoin did indeed already hit 100,000. Okay, so we have right here Bitcoin hitting 100,170. Okay, 100,170 right there. And I don't know how I did that exactly. Wow, I got that right on the money. Anyway, 100,170 on the CME charts. The only question now, in my opinion, is when will these exchange charts follow suit? Because the CME chart landed at 99,485 before it shut down for the weekend. Now, what are we going to see going into Monday here? Because it is Sunday afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon. Are we going to see a gap up in the exchange charts? Or are we going to see the CME chart do something, do some diabolical dumping? So my question is, are we going to see these prices shoot up to 100,000 when the CME and the exchanges start opening up? Because that's Wall Street, and Wall Street left the Bitcoin price off here at around 100,000, over 99,000. So I want to see what's going to happen to these exchanges when the trading week opens up, and see if we shoot to 100,000, if we put in a $100,000 Bitcoin across the board, or if it's just the CME chart that's going to put in that $100,000 Bitcoin for now. I'm sure that the majority of people aren't paying attention to the CME chart, and they're looking at the exchange, and it didn't officially hit $100,000 because their take profits didn't get hit at the $100,000 level. But hey, for right now, what we're looking at here is we're looking at a dump on these lower term time frames. Okay, in fact, this actually might be a good time to look for longs. Okay, this might be a good time to start looking for long positions. I can't do anything right now. We are on this 5-minute, this is only a 5-minute term time frame, but we dumped and we got somewhat of a divergence here, but it looks like, you know, we just came up to retest a consolidation area, or whatever you want to call it, and we dumped back down here again with more momentum starting to the downside, even on this 5-minute term time frame. So look at the lower term time frames. If something starts to change, if price action starts to create some kind of V on a lower term time frame, some kind of nice good bounce on a lower term time frame, you could start looking for longs. And indeed, if you want to try to take a small position and catch a knife down in these areas, looks like a pretty good area to create some long positions from. But hey, who knows? All you got to do is pay attention to your indicator, which, again, by the way, I am selling. I am trying to sell. It's the Crypto Face Market Cipher indicator. Copy, does everything you need, and I use it for my trading. And that's why I'm saying that you need to pay attention to your indicator and the price action on the chart. That's all I got for you. I'll see you on the next video.